What's going on, fellas? Drama 22, giving a little instant reaction of the game. Just really tough loss for the Niners. I didn't get a chance to watch the game live, but I went back and watched the replay, the condensed version, and, got a feel for what happened. Didn't get a chance to really get a good note on what happened with injuries. It looked like Debo was out, and then it looked like McCaffrey got hurt at some point as well. But as you saw at the beginning of the game, the Niners started off really well with a nice drive, as they always do. That first 15 plays is always scripted by Shanahan, so it's always his best 15, okay? Or the best group of plays, the best schemed up plays in the beginning. And then the adjustments have to show up later on. But it looked like the defensive line, like I had mentioned before from the Browns, they got after the Niners' offensive line. They put pressure, unlike Brock Purdy ever saw in his life, the first time ever. So now we have a good feel of how he is versus pressure. Now, I do know there was some rain, so there's a little bit of a ball being slippery factor, but this is the NFL. This is also the months of fall and winter. That's going to happen. So I don't see that being any type of excuse. So a bunch of missed throws on deep balls that potentially could have been big plays. And then obviously we saw the interception that he had. I think he had one, if not two. But yeah, overall, not a great day from Brock. Definitely one of his probably his worst game of his career, I would think. Really, and that's bad timing for it. But when you go up against a good defense, the whole tempo changes. Your heart rate goes up. Even though he's usually cool as hell. I'm sorry, man. At some point, when you know the dogs are coming, you don't play as well, But that's what we needed to see from Brock Purdy, to see what kind of quarterback he is. Is he really a high-level, under-pressure quarterback? So he got them down into field goal range. I honestly believe there were some bad calls on both sides for the, pass interference calls that could have gone really against both teams. Both teams kind of got hosed a little bit, but let's talk about the play calling. Let's talk about the play calling. I thought the play calling from both, well, definitely, you know what? Kyle got to what Kyle does. He runs digs, okay? So you're going to see a lot of inside breaking routes, intermediate breaking routes, nothing really like special. And balls have to be thrown on time. Now, it looked like towards the end of the game, when Kyle needed to get the ball, get down the field and on the field goal range, and they had that third down penalty that was probably a ticky-tack call. It looked like the 49ers went to more of a spread, maybe they were in 2 minutes. Again, I didn't watch the game live, but I'm surprised because, you allowed the corners from Cleveland to press, and that's what they want to do. They want to play press. And I don't think the Niners receivers, especially not having Debo out there, can win versus press consistently. So that was a little bit interesting. But from there, it didn't look like there was anything schemed up at the end of the game and not somebody classically wide open as Shanahan usually does. Okay, I just saw the Browns playing, staying in it. Their quarterback, could have thrown a couple picks that were dropped. But at the same time, they just stayed in the game. And I thought their boot game looked like it was better than the 49ers. And then their run game was just as good as the 49ers, if not a little bit better, especially when it mattered the most. But overall, I thought the Niners played their normal average game. And this is the result. This is what I think going up against a good defense is going to look like going forward. I think it's going to be scoring 20 points a game. And once people understand that they need to sit on these in-breaking routes and let them throw the deep ball because Purdy's not really good at it, it's going to make it a lot tougher for the Niners to go down the field and score. The only guy, honestly, is McCaffrey. And I'm not sure if he's really hurt or not, but he's the guy that's the X factor. That's the difference in the offense from last year and this year. That's the guy that is going to catch a screen, make 5 guys miss. He's the one that stresses the defense so that they have to put more attention on him, which opens up everybody else. Okay, so Niners defense overall looked decent. They had that pick by I spoke too soon here on this play, but yeah, I mean, they had the pick by Lenore. That was, a well-played technique-wise. He did that, it wasn't a poor thrown ball. It was actually just a better play on defense. But I will say the Niners' weakness is still the outside corner. So you get somebody like Amari Cooper, who pretty much had a day on them. he can do whatever he wants out there. If you go up against a team that has a really good outside receiver, I don't know if the Niners have a plan for that besides, playing softer zone, but this was a very creative play right here. I thought that was a nice play by them. But overall, gotta always go back and watch the tape because it's usually never as bad as you think and it's never as good as you think when you watch the film. If it is, we'll definitely talk about it. But tough one for the Niners. This is one of those games from my coaching experience. Remember, I coached in the 2015 Broncos where our defense won pretty much the entire season. We were the reason why we won games. We scored points on defense, and we didn't expect the offense to put up multiple scores per game. So that's how you got to win some of these games. And the one thing that is really key is a field goal kicker. That's it. Moody missed 2 kicks. The last kick, but that's easy, man. I listened to it on the radio when I was driving home, but that's an easy kick. I looked at it when I watched the game. I'm like, this is like an extra point. And he missed it pretty bad. I can't believe that. We spent a pick. I'm a Niners fan. I'm a critical Niners fan. I keep it real with you. That's the catch right there. We spent a pick on this dude, man. Early 3rd round pick. That's not good. That's what we thought we needed to make sure that we ensure that we win close games with our defense, and then this is what you get? Wow. Props to the Browns for playing hard. Props to Jim Schwartz for just having that defense humming like he always does. And good job by Kevin Stefanski just making something out of nothing. Their offense kind of reminds me of the Cardinals right now. It's good. And you can tell the scheme is good. They just don't have the players to really execute it at a high level. But when they get those players, watch out for their offense as well. All right, that running back, I forgot his name, the backup running back, but he played just as well as Chubb probably would have played. You know what I mean? So this will be one that will be talked about. I think people thought the Niners were really better than what they are. They really didn't play anybody yet. I hate to say that. The Cowboys is nobody. I hate to say that too, but it's true. You saw the Cowboys. You saw how they played on film. That wasn't good football. That wasn't competitive football. And the teams that are actually pretty good, like the Rams, they just barely beat. So the Niners are good, but all this talk about guaranteed Super Bowl, there's still some things that need to be answered. And quarterback play is a lot better than what it was last year. It's a lot better than Jimmy, but is it good enough to win a Super Bowl? That's still a huge question that needs to be answered. All right. So there goes my instant reaction. I'm sorry to get a chance to watch the game live. I usually do. So this will be a lot more detailed next time, but I'm going to go back and watch this tape as soon as I can get this video. There's all 22. If anybody has connections, let me know, please. Anybody listening, this thing on. All right, because I really want to watch this game tonight or tomorrow morning if I can. But if I have to wait 2 days, I gotta wait 2 days. I'll get it to you. I'll get some response to you guys sometime on Tuesday. All right, fellas. Have a good one. Let's chalk up this game to just a learning lesson. All right, talk to you later. Peace.